Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
Hello, this is Nate Clark back at it again. It's been a few months since my last video. I ended up changing universities, having a few things that were big that happened, and over the next few videos, in the next few weeks, I will be going over those. I would like to take today to introduce the new rebranding of the channel. From now on, all the episodes are going to be known as the Blind College Conservative, since American conservative is dying out, and being blind, I feel like I'm able to give a perspective that is very unique. So, I would like to take today, first, as a disclaimer, I might have to cut this video short if someone walks in here. I'm in my college study room. But I would like to take today to talk about what has happened in the last 24 hours. So first, if anyone has been following politics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican out of Georgia, who has been attacked for what she believes is free speech, which is free speech, whether someone does or does not agree with it, has been viciously attacked by what I call the mob, which is the far left of Nadler, Ilhan Omar, Cori Bush, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, etc., over her beliefs. Mind you, these same people have beliefs that when they get questioned about them, it's quote-unquote xenophobic, Islamophobic, whatever phobic or ism you want to use. Half these isms, I feel like, have been created in the last year, or at least they've become relevant in the last year. Which is pretty insane if you look at it, especially with the vote today, which, honestly, when you look at it, is not going to make that big of a difference just because of the process it has to go through. She won't truly be stripped of her positions. They're not able to do that unless they had more votes, which they do not. But it just shows what means the far left is going to try to silence us conservatives. Which I can tie that to one of my classes, actually, here at my first week at the school I transferred to. I'm going to keep that quiet for a few weeks until I get my footing here at this college. But I walk into my class on Tuesday, and I voiced something as a devil's advocate. Something that could be taken as conservative, but isn't really. And the professor automatically shoots it down. No discussion. And I have a feeling that's because of gender politics. Because if you look at gender politics right now, if you look at the Biden administration specifically, you can see it on full frontal. Look at Pete Buttigieg, the South Bend mayor who had a 60% decrease in the amount of good infrastructure in his city while he was mayor. Compare that to even the bombastically terrible Gavin Newsom. It hasn't even gone down that much as governor of California during his reign of terror. But somehow, Pete Buttigieg is going to be the transportation secretary. Wonder how many bad things are going to happen there. Supposedly it's because he's good at the game Ticket to Ride. Well, guess what? So am I. Does that make me qualified? No. I've never worked on a transportation board. I have never worked on a bus company, train company, any automobile company. But since he's gay, that fills one of their gaps of gender politics. Another one, the first transgender in a cabinet position. Let's look at her merits. Oh wait, there's not many except for that she took her mom out of a nursing home during the beginning of COVID and put her in a hotel while let other COVID patients be readmitted to the nursing homes and infect others. don't think that's that smart, if you ask me. I don't think many Americans would consider that smart, but that fills another one of their gaps. Another thing that's hypocritical. Let's look at the press secretary. The whole press corps, actually. The media was saying, oh, they're having the first all-female press secretary team. Really? Because that's what Trump had. I didn't see anything about that then. Does it now only matter because it fits the agenda? Actually, oh wait. It not only fits their agenda, but it rewrites history. 2 of the 7 tactics that actually come in a socialist society. But I'll be going off about socialism and communism and how terrible it is in a future video. But I should not rant too much, because it's just going to work me up. So, what should we go over next? Because there are many different topics I could go on a tangent about. Give me a second here. I think I'll go on about the Morgan Wallen situation. A prominent country singer who is always in the spotlight. If you do your research, you see that his neighbors who took the video of him have been trying to record him for months. Don't know why. Probably to make some money and try to make themselves look good. But imagine being in that much of a spotlight. Well, if I was in that spotlight, everyone would make mistakes. So would I. I've made many mistakes in my past, both when I was in my fraternity at my last college, choosing what to do at college, how to do it at college, like everything. But somehow, it's only bad if he makes a mistake, because he's a white country singer. Interesting. But let's look at other music and how it portrays. Let's take WAP, for example. A terrible song, if you ask me. People may like it, but does that really empower women? Or does something like Taylor Swift music empower women? You tell me. Because as someone who has cousins who are female, who try to find someone to look up to, you'd rather have them look up to someone like Sarah Sanders or Condoleezza Rice or Taylor Swift, even if you don't agree with their politics. The way that they've been able to build themselves up is a lot better than someone like Cardi B, who just slept with Offset and then became popular. No offense to Offset, but anyone would have become popular that way back when he was actually relevant. But what she says is fine, but what Morgan Wallen says is not. What's said in rap is fine, but what someone says on their property is not. In rap, look at Chris Brown. He beat up his girlfriend. No repercussions. Look at Odyssey. He says the N-word all the time in his songs. He's a white DC rapper. Doesn't get any repercussions. Let's look at Logic, who claims he's black. He's 1/18th black. I'm 1/256th. I don't look it at all. He doesn't look it at all. Don't really find that connection. There are numerous other instances like this. Or let's look at Tech 69 or whatever his name is, the one that's in jail for racketeering. It's okay for all his references, but it's not okay for someone to say something on his public property while he's drunk. Well, he doesn't understand what he is saying because of how drunk he is, probably, and how he understands how bad his actions were, to be recorded by someone he doesn't even know is recording him. In journalism, that would be slander, and the person that recorded would be fired. But no, not in 2021, where social media is everywhere and everyone gets recorded without them wanting to be recorded. It's a dangerous precedent. Just back to where I was tying in the Marjorie Taylor Greene situation. Both are very dangerous precedents because both, let's say Marjorie Taylor Greene does get stripped of her position. Who next? Should we strip Swallow of his position for sleeping with a Chinese spy? Personally, I say yes, because it was a foreign power that is wanting to harm us. But it's not my place to say that, because it's not my place to make a decision on that. That's supposed to be a rules committee that is bipartisan. There was no investigation for Marjorie Taylor Greene. They just wanted to silence her. They just wanted to cancel culture her, just like they're wanting to cancel culture Morgan Wallen. So, I leave you with one last thing. What makes it okay for someone like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Cardi B, Chris Brown, and others to make many mistakes, many bad decisions, but if Morgan Wallen steps out of line one time, Matt Gaetz, or Marjorie Taylor Greene, they get shunned? It's what you call the start of a socialist society. And it's scared to see what's going to happen next. With that, I will be ending this video. I would like to thank my family, my friends, and everyone that has supported everything I've done the last few months. I just want to leave you with love, peace, and have fun. Love you all. I will record a video next week.
Stop. Camera choose. Stop.